SpaceX is known for making huge strides in space exploration. Missions to the moon have not been undertaken since the previous century, and with various problems rampant at NASA, it seems like SpaceX is finally going to break the deadlock. Today, we will be discussing SpaceX's mission, which involves the Crew Dragon going to the moon. As I said before, SpaceX looks to go to the moon. You must be wondering how they plan to undertake this mission, and how can they do a better job compared to NASA? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions, and more, as we delve into the intricacies behind this mission. Before we begin discussing SpaceX, let me give you all a backstory to the whole mission to the moon story that has been circulating on the internet. It all started when US Vice President Pence issued a by any means necessary challenge to NASA in March of 2019 to send astronauts to the moon by 2024. In answer to Pence's challenge, NASA decided to move through with the Orion crewed spacecraft and the enormous Space Launch System, which is commonly known as SLS, and the heavy lift expendable booster rocket that was already in the works. Many people have pushed for SpaceX to take the initiative and use the savior Crew Dragon to finally send a manned mission to the moon. Now that you know all about the crux of the issue, let us talk about why the NASA SLS failed to launch within its projected timeframe. Since 2006, SLS has been slowly being developed. Now that is a long time ago, and that's not even the worst part. The project has cost around a whopping $23 billion. Now that's just insane. Experts project that humans won't be able to use the NASA SLS at least until 2026. This would mean that the project would have taken a whole decade to be ready. Now that's unacceptable to many people, and that's why they're calling for SpaceX to intervene. You must be thinking that the sole reason for the failure of the NASA Orion crew launch is due to the manufacturing delays. That is not all, folks. The story is much more complex. The Apollo, which was famous for making the trip to the moon back in the 1960s and 70s, was able to do so due to the low lunar orbit it took. This enabled it to save fuel and be left with enough propellant to fly back to Earth. The Orion, however, cannot replicate the same results. The NASA SLS cannot go into low lunar orbit, meaning there won't be enough propellant to fly back to Earth. NASA has proposed various ways through which it can tackle this issue, such as building a completely new space station just to cater to the high lunar orbit the Orion is expected to take. But that would be an overshoot, as it would cost billions of dollars and even further delays, which, given the circumstances, is unacceptable. And we're not even factoring in the fact that more propellant would be needed to get out of the high lunar orbit. This means even more expenses being exhausted. As you can see, this presents a dilemma. The US government is demanding a manned mission to the moon, yet NASA cannot deliver. That is where SpaceX comes into the picture. When all hope was lost, Elon Musk and his brilliant set of scientists and engineers have come to the rescue. Despite all this, the political support for the SLS remains steadfast, and it's likely to continue. As of right now, it seems like the plan will be that Crew Dragon will most likely replace the Orion for this manned mission. In 2014, NASA awarded the contract that led to the Dragon crewed spaceship. It has launched astronauts into orbit for the first time after spending $3 billion over 6 years. As you can see, it also has the capability and has been proven effective in handling missions of such a caliber. But the real question is, does the Crew Dragon have the capability to replace the Orion? While it is true that the Orion is much more modern and is better equipped to deal with such a mission, the Crew Dragon is no pushover. Let us first compare it with the capsule that has actually made the journey successfully. The Apollo capsule that sent 3 humans to the moon had a dry mass of fewer than 10 tons. But Crew Dragon has a 50% larger interior volume. So, in theory, it is a better version of the Apollo and should comfortably make the journey. SpaceX's contribution to the lunar mission does not end with the Crew Dragon. Well, it has been widely speculated that SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket will be used for the journey. Crew Dragon and a return stage can be launched into lunar orbit by the Falcon Heavy rocket. The crew would be transported to the surface of the moon by a lunar lander, while the Crew Dragon spacecraft would stay in low lunar orbit after docking with it. As you can see, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket will be the reason this whole mission will be a success, as it will not only enable the journey to the moon, but it will be capable of carrying the Crew Dragon and then successfully bringing it back to Earth. In the end, I would just like to say that events like these are proof that Elon Musk's vision and bold choice of words have started to bear fruit. He, along with SpaceX, has been constantly proving to the world that they have what it takes to be one of the biggest manufacturers of machinery capable of not only surviving space flights, but thriving in them. At this rate, Musk's dream of going to Mars will soon become a reality, and we will see SpaceX rocket ships, hopefully the Starship, making manned missions to Mars and beyond. We can only wait and watch what this eccentric billionaire has in store for us. And how will he again manage to dazzle the world again with the amazing results he continues to show us? This goes on to show that if you have determination and commitment, you can achieve anything in life. So dream big, match it with hard work, and see all your endeavors succeed. So that's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.